Welcome to the Pinay Playbook, where I strip away the Maria Clara mask and show you the cold, hard gears of the Manila machine. Dating in the Philippines isn't a rom-com. It's high-stakes poker where your UK pension is the pot and your loneliness is your tell. You think you're the captain of your soul, but without my manual, you're just a long-term winning ticket waiting to be cashed in. Pay attention, because what I'm about to reveal is the only thing standing between you and a financial bloodbath. Look at you, 50-something, recently divorced, and tired of the gray skies and cold hearts back in Blighty. You've landed in the tropics, thinking you found Eastern devotion in a sweet village girl from Iloilo, but you're walking into a tactical ambush. To her, you aren't a man. You're a walking national insurance number. Your state pension is a fortune here, and her entire clan is currently drafting a budget for your savings. If you don't audit her intentions with clinical rigor, you're already skint before you've even cleared customs. In this game, every I love you is a bet, and every my mother is sick is an all-in move designed to test your provider elasticity. You're playing against a professional who has been raised in a survival economy, while you've been soft-boiled in the British welfare state. One lapse in judgment, one sus moment ignored, and your retirement becomes a disaster area in a Davao back street. This is my war manual, a surgical list of warning signs that will save your skin and your sterling. You've been warned. Now focus. I speak with the authority of the veterana, the woman who knows how the gears turn, because I've watched the sharks circle the balut vendors and the expats alike. Errors here don't just cost you a pint at the pub, they cost you your exit strategy and your dignity. You're a Westerner with a Lloyd's account, and in her eyes, that makes you the ultimate prize. If you aren't prepared to be a tactical operator, you will end up as a palubi, abandoned in a bamboo hut once the funds run dry. Don't mistake my directness for malice. It's the only medicine that works against the delusional fever you've caught since landing at NAIA. The risk isn't just financial. It's a total takeover of your remaining years by a predator disguised as a dalaga. Her family crises are precisely timed with your DWP deposit date, and if you can't see the pattern, you're already lost. I'm here to make sure you keep your frame and your funds. Listen closely, because the poker game is about to get very expensive. We are about to dive into the 5 clear warning signs that she's hunting your national insurance benefits, not your heart. I'm going to teach you how to separate the genuine gold from the mercenaries who see you as a biological heir to their bank account. Rule number 1 is going to sting, but ignoring it is signing your own financial death warrant in the sun. The cards are on the table, the chismis is starting, and your future is the ante. Tell me, Joe, do you want love, sex, or survival? You've landed in Makati thinking you're a general, but you're walking onto a mapped-out kill zone where your UK current account is the primary target. Error number 1, the preemptive inventory audit. This is where your sweet dalaga turns into a loss adjuster for the DWP. If she's asking about your widow's pension or how the HMRC treats offshore interest before she's even kissed you properly, she isn't checking your compatibility. She's calculating your expiry date. You're being surveyed like a condemned building by a professional surveyor. In this urban jungle, you aren't the only Joe with a Lloyd's card. You're competing with every other thirsty duffer at the bar. Error 2. The Phantom Emergency Protocol. Just as your pension clears, her brother suddenly needs surgery in a provincial hospital that doesn't exist. It's a tactical ambush on your flanks, designed to test your provider elasticity. Take Derek from Leeds. He sent $2,000 for a kidney stone that turned into a brand new Sari store for her cousin. He was skint within 6 months. She'll weaponize your loneliness, making you feel like a king when you're actually just a walking national insurance number. Error 3. The Registry Office Gambit. This is the rush to formalize everything, getting her name on your occupational pension documents before the honeymoon phase even ends. It's a Trojan horse maneuver, sliding into your legal perimeter to ensure she's the sole beneficiary when you finally kick the bucket. If she's more excited about the marriage certificate than the wedding night, you're being occupied, not loved. Don't be a gago and fall for the village girl innocence act. That's just camouflage for a mercenary heart. I watched a retired engineer from Manchester lose his entire life savings because he thought he was special. He ignored the red flags and ended up living in a bamboo hut in Negros, eating instant noodles while she bought gold jewelry in Cebu. Your British politeness is your biggest weakness here. It's the hole in your armor that let the sharks swim right in. You think these three are bad? You're still only in the staging area, mate. We've looked at the maps and identified the snipers, but you haven't seen the heavy artillery yet. The next mistake doesn't just drain your bank account, it destroys your reputation and leaves you legally shackled to a predator with no exit strategy. Are you ready to see how the pension burn really works? Or are you too soft to handle the truth? Because it's about to get much, much worse. Now pay attention, Joe, because Rule 4 is the slow poison, gradual lifestyle creep, or what I call the pension burn. It starts with the new smartphone, then a grab car instead of a trike. Then suddenly you're paying for her cousin's urgent tuition. You think you're being a generous gentleman, but you're just an overloaded sinking ship. She's clearing your plate so you've got no reserves left to sail away. Are you the captain of your own route, or just a passenger in a taxi she's driving? Your biggest vulnerability isn't your bank balance, it's your desperate need for validation. You've been ignored in the UK for years, and now this beautiful Filipina makes you feel like a god. But listen, being the man comes with a tactical price tag. She uses that ego to bypass your logic, making every financial request feel like a test of your love. If you don't set a non-negotiable budget in pesos right now, you're just a gago waiting for his account to be liquidated by a smile. Next is Rule 5, ROI-based affection withdrawal. This is a cold, commercial pay-to-play system disguised as a romance. Notice how the bedroom turns into a freezer the moment you say no to a shopping trip in SM Mall? She's a vending machine, mate. No coins, no service. If her intimacy flourishes only after an expensive gift and withers when you're being thrifty, you aren't a boyfriend, you're a client. Go a full week without spending an extra pound on treats and see if she still stays sweet. Then there's the psychological warfare, weaponized jealousy. She'll pick a fight over a waitress just to make you feel guilty, then demand a peace offering that suspiciously costs exactly 50 quid. It's a tactical distraction to keep you off balance and defensive. She's testing your consistency to see how much emotional pressure it takes to break your bank. If you can't handle the drama without reaching for your Barclays card, you've already lost the war. You're being farmed like a pig in a provincial backyard, waiting for the slaughter. You have to decide if you're the captain of this voyage or just a taxi for her family's dreams. Most of you blokes are terrified of being alone, so you negotiate with your own destruction just to keep the girl. You think if you give just a bit more, she'll finally love the real you. But here's the brutal truth from a Pinay who knows the score. The game changes entirely the moment you stop negotiating with hope. Want to know what happens when the illusion finally shatters? Enough with the post-mortem, Joe. You've seen the smoldering wreckage of every British duffer who thought his heart could overrule his HMRC statement. Now, we stop being the victim and start being the pilot. Think of your retirement as a heavy jet on a short runway. You don't just slam the throttle and hope for the best. You need a surgical checklist before you even think about lifting those wheels. Are you ready to stop being a passenger in your own life? It's time for the action framework. Step 1 of your pre-flight check, the false poverty filter. Stop acting like a walking Barclays branch and start living like a local on a budget. If you take her to a fancy resort in Boracay, you aren't testing her love. You're just chumming the water for sharks. Tell her there's a massive tax complication with your UK current account and watch her eyes. Does she offer to cook adobo at home, or does she suddenly remember her mother is sick again? Real devotion doesn't require a gold card. Next, you test your provider elasticity with a hard clinical no. When the inevitable request for a new iPhone or a cousin's tuition fee lands on your lap, you must decline without apology. This isn't about being stingy, it's about checking the engine for leaks before you're at 30,000 feet. If she throws a tantrum or withdraws her affection, your runway just ran out of tarmac, mate. You don't negotiate with a failing engine. You abort the takeoff immediately. Do you have the stones to walk away? My framework is binary because the Manila machine doesn't do nuance. It's a simple algorithm. Either she respects your boundaries or she's hunting your national insurance number. There is no middle ground where she sort of loves you but also wants your house in Manchester. If she fails even one of these stress tests, you execute the exit protocol. Pack your bags, change your SIM, and find a woman who knows the difference between a partner and a pension. Are you a tactical operator or just a thirsty gago? We've cleared the hangar and checked the fuel, but the real turbulence starts when you actually hit the ground. You've got your checklist, but do you have the cold-blooded discipline to follow it when she looks at you with those big, beautiful Filipina eyes? Grab your notebook and clear your head, because the next phase is pure field execution. I'm going to show you exactly how to handle the confrontation without losing your mind, or your sterling. Stay focused, Joe. The flight plan is set and ground control is watching. The pressure is peaking now, Joe, and it's a multi-front assault on your remaining sanity. She's crying about her sister's overdue tuition, the bedroom has become a literal morgue, and the local chismes is branding you a stingy, heartless gano. It's like a high-speed ping-pong match where she's smashing balls at your ego from every possible angle. If you flinch or start over-explaining your fictional HMRC tax freeze, you've already lost the point. Stay as still as a statue. That deafening silence is actually your victory bell ringing. Suddenly, the sweet Dalaga mask slips entirely, revealing a professional mercenary who's absolutely fuming because her ROI has hit 0. She might even pack a small bag, hovering by the door to see if you'll chase her with a handful of pesos. This is the ultimate test of your provider elasticity, mate. Are you a tactical operator, or just a lonely duffer terrified of eating canned sardines alone? If you hold your ground, you'll watch her tactical retreat turn into a desperate, failed negotiation. Success isn't cheap, but it's yours. Think about Derek from Leeds again. He's currently skint, living in a humid shack because he couldn't handle the tampo or the fake tears. By following my framework, you've just saved 10 grand in emergency loans that would have actually bought her cousin a new motorbike. You aren't losing a girlfriend. You're successfully offloading a toxic liability before it liquidates your entire national insurance entitlement. The Manila machine is grinding its gears against your discipline, and for the first time, you are the one winning the game in this jungle. In this brutal game of relational ping pong, the moment you react to her emotional spikes, you've already lost the point before your paddle even touches the ball. You've been playing off the table for years, Joe, letting her dictate the pace and the price of every interaction. Now, by refusing to engage with the manufactured drama, you've forced her to play on your terms. She's out of position, her timing is ruined, and your Lloyd's account remains untouched and secure. This is what total dominance feels like in Makati. Here is my final law for this battle, a sentence that should be tattooed on your very soul. In the Philippines, the man who is most willing to walk away is the only one who truly owns the house. If you can't survive the coldness of a temporary no, you will never enjoy the warmth of a genuine yes. You've survived the fire, tested the engine, and kept your sterling in the bunker. Now, pay very close attention because I'm about to deliver the final verdict on your future survival. So here is the final debrief, Joe. You've evolved from a soft-boiled duffer into a tactical pilot of your own destiny. Remember the Pinay playbook's golden law. The bee only gets to the flower when the timing and the nectar are right, not because it's desperate and buzzing around like a thirsty gago. Your true value isn't your DWP deposit, it's your frame and your refusal to be farmed for your sterling. In the Philippines, keep your heart in the clouds, but keep your bloody wallet in the bunker. If you feel that British politeness bubbling up, crush it immediately. That nice guy routine is exactly what the Manila machine uses to liquidate your life savings before you've even finished your first San Miguel. Every time you negotiate with a sick mother or a missing tuition fee, you're just handing over the keys to your exit strategy. Don't be another Derek from Manchester, sitting in a bamboo hut wondering where his HMRC rebate went. Naivety in these tropics is a luxury you can no longer afford. If this manual has saved your pension or helped you spot a predator in a sundress, I want to hear your war stories. Drop the word strategic in the comments below so I know who is actually paying attention to the mission. Like this video and subscribe to the Pinay Playbook right now because the next intel drop is going to be even more surgical. Don't let your brothers go into the jungle without their maps. Share this with every bloke you know who's currently booking a flight. Finally, if you want to keep this veterana providing the heavy artillery, hit that super thanks button or support the mission via PayPal. Knowledge is cheap, but being a gago is bloody expensive, mate. You have 24 hours to audit your current situation and execute the false poverty filter. Don't just watch, act. I've shown you the gears. Now go and turn them. Keep your frame tight, your funds tighter, and remember, I only reward the men who stay dominant. Keep your eyes open. I'm out.